Today in the battle arena, well, we got Thanos, the biggest, baddest guy in the MCU, going up against the guys that Thanos specifically chose to help him in his conquest, his children, the Black Order. So, who's coming out on top here then? Who wins? Well, let's find out. What's up, guys? I'm Daniel. This is DanCo. Thanks so much for watching the channel. Make sure you go ahead and hit that like button, the subscribe button, turn on notifications, more videos like this one every week. Also, sound off in the comments for any future videos you'd love to see. We're always looking for new ideas. Now, let's get into the fight. So What If has been a great show so far. 3 episodes in, we've already seen Captain Carter, a super soldier Peggy, a Black Panther who's saved the entire universe several times over, and a what if where what if the Avengers just died? What if they all just died? But I'm more interested in Black Panther here. He's managed to somehow convince Thanos that he was wrong and get the Mad Titan to join his crew. And that leads into the idea for this fight. Because during the heist, well, this alternate version of Thanos squared off against the alternate version of the Black Order. And well, let's just say that didn't go as expected. And so that got me thinking, what if the real versions of these guys actually fall? What if they squared off? Who'd win? Well, that's what we're going to find out. Now, I want to start out with talking about Thanos. And let me tell you, it might be kind of obvious, but Thanos is pretty strong. Just for starters, he was like routinely sending heroes flying all around, kicking them and punching them all over the place. And he wasn't just doing it against lightweights like Cap or Black Panther or even Drax, but he was doing this against Hulk and Thor and Captain Marvel. Just look at that beatdown he just put on Hulk. That was freaking brutal. It's so scary that he just didn't hold back there at all. And if he was holding back, that might be even scarier. And that's not all he did. No, it didn't stop there. He crushed the Tesseract, tore out the Mind Stone from Vision's head, nearly killed Thor with his own axe, which is just disrespectful, and then hacked Captain America's shield to pieces. So yeah, like I said, Thanos is pretty strong. And I think that's putting it lightly. And that's not all. And that's not all. Nah, if he was just really strong, well then he wouldn't be the biggest threat in the universe. Just strength isn't going to get you there. He's taken punches from Hulk, Spider-Man, Captain Marvel, had Mjolnir hit him square on the jaw, Nebula crashed a spaceship down on top of him, he's been hit by lightning and energy blast and Wanda's chaos magic. Iron Man even dropped a whole building on top of him. Took it all. And that's not all he took. While wearing the Infinity Gauntlet. And you saw what that thing did to Hulk, right? Well, Thanos was still able to fight against Captain Marvel. Iron Man gave him everything he had. A whole big barrage of attacks. And all it did was just give him a little cut on the cheek.
All that for a drop of blood.
Thor probably had the best luck when it came to injuring Thanos. But even then, even after hitting him square in the chest with Stormbreaker, Thanos still snapped, still completed his goal, and still lived to see another day. Guy's crazy. Guy's an absolute monster. He's a unit. Top it all off, dude is an elite fighter. I genuinely believe that he might be a top 10 fighter in the MCU. Just look at how he completely dismantled the Hulk. Took him down piece by piece, blow by blow. Then look at what he did against Iron Man and Thor and Captain America. These guys are the elite of the elite. Some of the best, most powerful that the Avengers have to offer. And Thanos went up against them by himself. And it wasn't even really a close fight. Sure, they got their licks in, they got their punches. Cap throwing around Mjolnir took them by surprise. But by the end, Thanos had beat them. I mean, Thanos had beat them. Iron Man and Thor were both knocked out, Cap's shield was broken, and Thanos was standing there, gloating and looking just fine. So yeah, it's gonna take a lot for someone to put down Thanos. But these guys here, the Black Order, well, they were specifically hand-chosen by Thanos. If anybody's got a good shot at beating him, it might be these guys. So the Black Order's made up of Corvus Glaive, Proxima Midnight, Ebony Maw, and Cull Obsidian. Corvus Glaive is as close as you can get to calling somebody the leader of this group. And he comes equipped with one of the most dangerous weapons in the universe, his glaive. It pierced straight through Vision's vibranium body. It deflected a blast from the Mind Stone. But that's really all that Corvus has going for him, his glaive. Because outside of that, well, Black Widow got him. Captain America matched up against him. Then a super weakened Vision killed him. And Okoye killed him too. Which, that's not great. Yeah, that's definitely not too great. So then about Proxima Midnight. Well, she's probably the most skilled fighter out of this bunch. She's got a nice fancy spear too, but that's kind of the only thing she's got going for her. Because again, just like Corvus, she's not really in the same tier, the same weight class to really push Thanos. I mean, I guess she did fight against Scarlet Witch. That's pretty cool. That's pretty impressive. But then she also fought against Black Widow and Okoye. Looked like she was pushed to her limits both times. Yeah, Corvus Glaive and Proxima Midnight might be impressive squaring off against humans. But against Thanos, I don't really see it. Even if we want to put them on Gamora and Nebula's level, which seems fair, they're still way below Thanos too. Bottom line, they're just not real threats here. No, I think the real threats here are Cull Obsidian and Ebony Maw. Definitely think these are the two guys who will push Thanos to his limits. Cull Obsidian is the muscle of the group. He's even confident enough in his strength to think that he can take on the Hulk. And even if he didn't fight against the real Hulk, he did fight against Bruce in the Hulkbuster armor. And Cull wasn't just a physical match for the armor, but was actually able to straight up overpower it at points and rip its arms off. And Bruce did say that
this is gonna be like New York, pal. This suit's already kicked the crap out of the Hulk.
So that should give you some idea of just how strong Cull Obsidian is. And then he went up against Iron Man too, sent Tony flying all across New York City, sent Spider-Man flying around too. And Iron Man was able to sort of kind of damage Thanos. So that ought to count for something, right? But then at the same time, Spider-Man was able to overpower him. Overpower him twice, technically. And Giant Man killed him with one step. Plus, Black Panther floored him with one good hit. And Panther and Spider-Man could do nothing to Thanos. And finally, we got Ebony Maw. With what he can do, honestly, I think he might be the biggest threat to Thanos here. I mean, mostly because Ebony Maw can attack in a way that Thanos can't directly block or defend against, like the others. Well, Thanos can just outmuscle them, outfight them. He can't do that with Maw. I mean, just look at Scarlet Witch. Thanos definitely wasn't getting out of that one alive if it was just them two, if he didn't have his backup. Same general concept here. The only difference is, and it is a big difference, for as much as we can love Ebony Maw, for as much as we can hype him up, he's not Scarlet Witch. Because Wanda had definitely proven her power level before squaring off against Thanos. I mean, just look at all this stuff she's done. And now, don't hear what I'm not saying. This isn't me saying that Ebony Maw isn't powerful, that he isn't impressive. Like I said, he probably poses the biggest threat to Thanos here. But what has he actually done? Well, he redirected the cull Obsidian when he was flying at him. He's able to just completely abuse the environment around him, use that to attack people. He restrained a weakened Thor, who Thanos had already beaten, then taken down again with just one punch. So this definitely isn't Thor at his best, but still. And then he fought against Doctor Strange and Wong, did a real good job fighting against them too. But I don't think it's fair to compare him to Scarlet Witch. I think Wanda is clearly still more powerful. And I don't think what Maw has shown us is enough to say he can beat Thanos. The question is, and the twist comes in, where can Thanos beat them all at once? I mean, sure, he can take them all down individually. But what about all at once? That's the real question. Well, again, I don't really think Corvus and Proxima are a threat. Just like Captain America and Black Widow weren't a real threat to Thanos. Just like Gamora and Nebula weren't a real threat to him. The only thing they have going for him between the two is Corvus's spear. And he seems to lose that thing pretty easily. So this is really going to truly come down to Thanos versus Cull and Maw. And I mean, that's an interesting fight. But for starters, Thanos has plenty of experience fighting against lots of people just by himself. Just look at when he fought the Avengers and the Guardians, when he fought Iron Man and Thor and Captain America. So 2-on-1 isn't going to faze him. And when you boil it down, cull Obsidian is basically just a lesser Hulk. And we know what Thanos did to the real Hulk. And while Maw is still the biggest threat, Maw himself said that Thanos could and would kill him if he failed. He's also a giant glass cannon. Like if Thanos gets one hit on him, even throws a rock at him, Maw's done. Bottom line, I think there's a reason that Thanos is in charge. The Black Order knows what he's capable of, know how powerful he is. They know they probably can't take him down. Yeah, he's the leader for a reason. And he's coming out on top here. Thanos wins. But what do y'all think? I would love to hear your thoughts. So sign off in the comments down below. Who do you think wins this fight? Thanos or the Black Order? Also, what do you think about What If so far? I would love to hear your thoughts because I'm super digging the show. Also, finally, last request, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, and turn notifications, join the DanCo army, and I'll see y'all next time.